Well, I hope that everybody has had a good Lord's Day today. And today we are in the Gospel of Luke. In Luke chapter 8, picking up where we left off last time. And we read in verse 22, Luke chapter 8, beginning in verse 22, that on a certain occasion, we read, on a certain day that Jesus, as he's going with his disciples and traveling around, that it says he got into a boat with his disciples. And Jesus said to them, "Let us cross over to the other side of the lake." And so they launched out. So that was the plan. They were going to go to the other side of the lake, continue on meeting the people on that side and trying to teach and perform miracles. But we read verse 23, that as they were sailing across the lake, that Jesus fell asleep. Jesus did sleep. Jesus was human. Jesus got tired. And Jesus obviously was either really tired or being on that ship really just relaxed him and rocked him right to sleep. Jesus falls asleep. And then we are told that as they're going across, continuing to sail, that a great storm came. A windstorm came down on the lake, and they were filling with water and were in jeopardy. They were in danger. I mean, this was not good. That would be one of my fears, is getting out on a lake or getting out in the ocean and then finding myself in, some great storm in the waves, and being out on a boat. That's not always a sure thing. And in fact, this was a pretty dangerous, terrifying situation, they were in here. And they come to Jesus and they wake him up, saying, "Master, Master, we are perishing." And then it says, Jesus arose, rebuked the wind and the raging of the water, and they stopped. And there was a calm. This great big storm comes up. The waves are getting bad. The boat is filling with water. The men are terrified. And I want to know who volunteered to wake Jesus up. Or maybe they all wanted to. Maybe they had no hesitation in waking Jesus up. I don't know. I don't know how that went. But nevertheless, they wake Jesus up. They say, "We're in trouble. We're perishing. We're sinking. This is bad." And what I picture in my mind is just, as it says, Jesus gets up, rebukes the wind, speaks out against the wind and the raging of the water, and everything just stops. The wind stops, the waves stop, and there was a calm. Picture that in your mind. I mean, if you've ever been in a bad storm, maybe you've been in a similar situation. Maybe you've been out on a body of water and, you've been in a storm and bad waves. And imagine being in something like that and for Jesus to just say, "Stop," and it all just stops. That would have been an amazing thing to have witnessed. And that's what we're reading about here. And in verse 25, Jesus says to them, and this is one of the things I love about what Jesus did. Jesus didn't sugarcoat things, and Jesus didn't, sometimes, yes, Jesus helped his disciples along, but Jesus didn't just spoon feed them. He challenged them. And here he says to them, verse 25, "Where is your faith?" Where is your faith? He asks them. Think about that question. Maybe we might think Jesus might say, "Well, it's okay now. I took care of the storm. Everybody can calm down. Don't worry. I understand that was scary. And no, it's okay." And whatever else you want to fill in the blank. But Jesus used this occasion not to do that, but to challenge them, to challenge their faith, saying, why were you afraid? Why did you not have faith? That everything was going to be okay. That I'm here. And so Jesus asks them, where is your faith? And then it says they were afraid and they marveled, saying to one another, who can this be? For he commands even the winds and water, and they obey him. Yes, indeed, who can this be? Who is this? This is Jesus. This is the Son of God. This is Jesus with the power of the Holy Spirit as he walked on earth. This is Jesus. This is God who commands wind and water and all things, and they obey him. And this was a sign and really a miracle for them to ask this question, and the answer was right in front of them. I mean, who else is going to command wind and wave but God? Only God can do that. And so this should have been a definite sign and answer to all those who were there on that boat. Something else I think, first and foremost, what we get from this is we grow in faith in who Jesus is and seeing the things that he did while he was on earth. But also I think there's a lesson here we can take that when we're going through the storms of life, Jesus is asking the same question, where is your faith? Where is our faith? And our faith should be in God. Our faith should be in Jesus. Our faith should be that God is with us, and no matter if the storms are raging, God is with us, and we're going to be okay one way or another. And thanks be to God for that. So let us grow in faith. Let's be challenged by this event. Let's be challenged by that question of Jesus. Where is your faith? And let's learn from it, and let's grow in it. God bless.